Hey Floss Tube, it's Taryn. Welcome. It is Saturday, October 22nd. I hope everybody's had a great week. It's been a pretty good week here. I'll take it. I'll take it. In a little bit, I'm going to take Kirsten to work and drop her off and probably head into the office myself. We took yesterday off and it was nice. But we took it off because Dax and Wyatt left yesterday afternoon to go to Houston whenever Wyatt got done with school. The state guard is working security at the air show, so that's where they are and what they're doing. So that, but it was nice, like I said, to take the day off anyway, so now I gotta go make up for it, because I also took Wednesday off. But I did stitch, so that's all good. I worked on Norman. Surprise! I keep telling myself that I can get this finished this month, but there's so much back stitching, I don't know that I can. This is where we are. I'm still not halfway done, so that's what makes me nervous that I'm not going to get him finished. Because there is so much like down here in the rug and the chair and the table, and then I have two people on this side, and this week I did a whole lot of back stitching in his jacket. When you look for it, I don't think it shows up, not like, you know, in his face and stuff. But I think it does make a difference, you know, it outlines his arm well, the creases. It did a lot, there's a lot of stitching for all the spindles on the chair. So, I've got the napkin done, and I got his hands done. But, you know, these things on the table need stitching, and there's just so much left to go. I don't know. I hope I can finish him this month. I would be super excited, but I just don't know. I also worked on my linen and threads piece after neglecting it for so long. This is overall where I'm at. I'm down working on April and part of May. So I think last time I just had these two done, that maybe I put in this and a little bit down. This is part of May's band. May's band has another big chunk down here. It's a really big band. I've got a little bit more at the top on this one to finish up, and like I said before, I'm just what fits in my hoop, and this is what comfortably fits in there. So I'm pleased. I feel like I got a lot of progress. I don't know if that's true or not. And then I had, on the 17th, a new start. It's from Tumbleweeds and Cross Stitch by Marie Darrow. This is the one that I'm working on, that I started. And I got quite a bit done of her. There's a little bit more grass down here, and then I'll go and I have the other arm, obviously her hands, face, and then the hearts that'll go across. It occurred to me, because I started it and it was kind of moving along quickly and I was enjoying it, and then I was going to put it up because I'd done, you know, my start on the 17th, and then it occurred to me, why do I think I can only work on it that day? Why don't I take my new start and work on it along with whatever else I'm working on, just stick it in the rotation until the next month when I start a new one. Or if I finish it, like hopefully I can finish this before a month is over. Hopefully. I'm not making any promises. But why not just either work on it till it's finished or until the next new start comes along and at least make more progress? You know, why does it need to be, oh, only on this day? So I kept working on it, and I'm going to keep working on it. And I may change my mind next month and only work on it that one day, because that's what I do. So that was all the stitching I got done. That was it. But I'm happy with it. And Dax and Wyatt won't be back until probably late tomorrow night. I don't know what time the air show ends tomorrow. And I don't know if they leave before everybody's gone or if they have to wait till stuff is cleared out since they're doing security. So I don't know when they'll be home, but that'll give me this evening and quite a bit of time tomorrow probably to stitch. So I might be able to get that one even farther along. We'll see. Since my sexy man is gone, I had to find my sexy George. I have a picture like this. I wish I knew where it was. He's not in boxers, but Dax is on a velvet chaise lounge in that pose for me. We were on a cruise. There's a good chance we had been drinking, but it's pretty funny. At the retreat in Austin a couple of weeks ago, Lucretia asked me to see pictures from when I was pregnant. And I don't have any pictures from right before the kids were born. I was in the hospital for 7 weeks in bed. They wouldn't let me, I couldn't get out of bed, and they wouldn't even let me sit up or anything. I had to stay laying down. So I don't really have a lot of pictures. If I had known they were going to be born the day they were born, I would have stood up. I would have liked to have known how heavy they were, how it felt, all of that. But I didn't. The day they were born was, I felt horrible all day. They spent all day, they weren't born until 9:30 at night. They spent all day trying to stop my contractions. So they had me pretty doped up too. I'm not sure I could have stood. But anyway, so here's the best I could do. Here's one picture, and this is from really pretty early on, when I first went into the hospital. But you can't see my face. This is on the, I think this is on the day they were born. On the back, all it says is before. Look at that baby face. But I'm pregnant from about here to here. That's all baby. You can see it almost goes out as far as my knees. When they were trying to do the epidural, I was laying about like that, and they kept saying, curl into a ball. And I was like, I am. This is as good as it gets. But here is a picture from the day after. And you can see my hands on my stomach. That is the day after. I probably looked about 6 or 7 months pregnant after they were born. Yeah, I wore maternity clothes for a long time after they were born. It was not pretty. It was not pretty at all. But there you go, Lucretia. That's the best I could do. I'm sorry. Like I said, I wish I had known that they were going to go ahead and take them that night, because I would have liked to have known. I had put on about 50 pounds when I went into the hospital, so I don't know how much weight I put on overall, and it was all baby pretty much, because after they started getting kind of big. There wasn't room to eat a lot. As a matter of fact, they made me drink those nasty Ensure drinks, 2 of them a day, to keep getting the calories I needed, because I didn't eat that much because there was no room, and those were horrible. Ugh, I hate those. So anyway, there's that. I got some stuff. I got this off Listia, my favorite place to be, obviously. I thought it was cute. I will not be doing it like they did, because do you see? That's all stitched. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'll find a fabric that's that color. I'm only stitching this stuff. I'm not doing all that back. But look, this is like off a daily desk calendar with cross-stitch patterns. Why do I not know about that? I have a knitting one and a crochet one, I think. I've never seen a cross-stitch one, but I feel certain I need it. I mean, seriously. And the lady that was selling it only had that one. She probably could have sold me 364 more. And then I got this. This is a Redbird Designs. It's got the little buttons and the little rope that Santa's holding. I'm sorry for the glare. It's a actual photograph on the pattern. Isn't it cute? I found this when I wasn't looking for this at all. There was another Redbird Designs pattern that I wanted, and I came across this one. I didn't find the one that I was actually looking for, but I bought that one instead. This is the one that was being held hostage at the post office. I called the post office to see, are you going to deliver it? Do you still have it? Do I need to come by and pick it up? Pretty much just what's going on. I'm afraid I got somebody in trouble, because there was nothing on the package marked for there to be a reason for them not to have delivered it. Even when I went and picked it up, they were looking at it like, why is this set aside here? But when I called, it just so happened that the postmaster answered the phone, and she was like, did you get a notice? And I said, no ma'am. She was pretty irritated by that, and I'm pretty sure that the person on the carrier on my route got in trouble, because she said more than once, well, we'll have a talk about this. So it's not my intention. I did not mean to get anybody in trouble. I just wanted to know, do I need to come get it? Are you going to bring it to the house? What? But I went and got it. On Wednesday, I told you we took the day off. We went, Abigail, Kirsten, and I went what I've decided to call extreme thrifting. And we didn't do a lot of thrifting. It was extreme thrifting because we went to a place in San Antonio. There's a chain of thrift stores that when stuff doesn't sell in the thrift stores, they have a clearance center. So we went and shopped thrift store rejects. Only it wasn't just the thrift store rejects. We went on Wednesday because this store, and I don't remember the name of it, I'm sorry. Kirsten's told me 100 times. It was something that she found. They start off on Thursday. They restock the store. On Thursday, everything's $2. And every day the price goes down. By the time you get to Wednesday, everything that's left is a quarter. So we went on the day that it was down to the rejects of the thrift store rejects. We were down to this is the last ditch effort. I don't even know what they do with stuff after that. They're open like from 7 to 11 or 7:30 to 11:30 or something like that on Wednesdays. Very short hours. I guess because then they close it and get everything out on the floor for Thursday. But we got there between 8 and 8:30. It's in San Antonio. I don't know if I said that before. Just wow. Just wow. If you're in San Antonio, it's off Vance Jackson. Yeah, I think that's right. There were people who had the shopping carts with clothes piled 2 feet taller than the top of the cart, because they just get in there and they grab clothes and then they go off to one side and they go through them to see what they actually want. There's a big table in one corner that's probably 4 feet by 8 feet that was piled. There were probably 3 feet deep of clothes or more, where the people who go and just grab tons of clothes, what they don't want, they just throw on the table. It's insane. There were so many people in there and grabbing things, and it's crazy. We bought a few things, maybe $2 worth. Nothing big and special. I go into things like that not looking for clothes necessarily to wear, but for things I can do other stuff with. Like I bought a shirt because the fabric will be good for backing smalls. So that's when I go to do stuff like that, that's where my head is. Well, because we were disappointed with not being able to get a lot of stuff there, we left there. And one day we're going to go back on a Thursday and see what they have at the start when everything's $2. But we left there and Kirsten looked up and we went to a Goodwill, not a regular Goodwill, a Goodwill clearance center. More rejects. And it's in the back of an industrial warehouse kind of place. You drive past warehouses and 18-wheelers and all of that to the back of the buildings, and it's back there. And they have these tubs, these plastic tubs that are probably 8 feet long and 4 feet deep, or 6 and 3 or whatever. They're just huge, and they just dump crap in there. So you have to dig through them, and there's some pretty sketch people while you're doing this. When we walked into the first one, some old guys like, "Hey, baby," and it's like, oh my God, no, stop it. I'm here looking for cheap stuff. Maybe he was cheap. I don't know. But anyway, we went and we bought some stuff at the Goodwill place. I know that altogether I spent less than $20 between both places. At the Goodwill clearance center, things are sold by the pound. So they don't even price stuff. It's just, there are some things that are priced, but most stuff is just by the pound. Kirsten bought some bag of leftover yarn from people's different projects. I bought this pillow. It was not by the pound. It was 99 cents. But I'm going to use it for, I'm going to make a pillow, and I figured why not. That is cheaper than going to Hobby Lobby and buying a pillow form. You can't get one for 99 cents. Let me see if I can get this. So far the answer is no. Oh, maybe that's why. And there's stiffs in the way. Okay, there it goes. I got this Christmas vest. I will not be wearing it. This is what I'm going to use for the pillow form. I'm going to make a pillow out of it. I haven't decided if I'm going to do like the cabins or the deer, or maybe one of each. I don't know. But this is what I'm going to use. So, like I said, when I go, I look for things to use differently. I bought just a white sheet because it's an older one and it's a heavier cotton, and those are great for embroidery fabric, for cutting it up to embroider on. And it's super cheap if you buy a sheet. Especially, I like the older ones that are real heavy. And then I bought this as a valance, but look how pretty that lace is. So I'm going to cut that off and use it for something. I don't know what. And then I bought a couple picture frames. There's some other things that the girls got that they already pulled out of here, but just a plain wooden frame. And this one also, but they can be painted or whatever. But I thought those would be good to have on hand. So, like I said, it was fun. We'll go back again on a Thursday. It was a little overwhelming for my girls. They have never been to something like that. We've been thrift shopping before. They love to do that. But never where it's kind of dirty and and just, it's a completely different atmosphere where it's just bins where stuff has been dumped. I don't generally go antiquing. I prefer somebody who's just a junk shop, and you have to dig through the boxes, because usually around here anyway, if they put antique on the sign, they want about 3 times as much as it's actually worth. If you just go to a shop that's full of crap, you can find some really great deals. So I prefer the junk shops, but my kids aren't into that. Nobody's into that in my family. Generally, I go do that by myself because it's dirty work, but that's my favorite. So anyway, I guess really that's it. That's all I have. I've got to see if Kirsten's up, get her ready for work, and drop her off. And like I said, I'm going to head into the office for a little bit and see if I can get some payroll reports done while it's quiet and nobody's going to be interrupting me. No phones, none of that. Usually I can get more work done. And then I'm going to come home and hopefully do some stitching tonight. We'll see. Hopefully that's how it's going to go, but we'll take it as it comes, I guess. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great week. Thank you again, as always, for the comments, the likes, the subscriptions. I do appreciate it. I did try to get back to comments. I think I've got a couple newer ones that I need to respond to, but like I said, I am trying to be better, so there is that, right? Y'all have a great week, and we will see you here next time. Bye.